Alright, hello, welcome back to another video. I haven't uploaded in quite a while, and the reason is I've been going through a lot of growth recently. I've been growing with myself spiritually and mentally a lot, and I know I keep saying that, but it's like every day is its own growthful challenge, and I've been going through this period of trials and tribulations for about a week or two now, going on like 2.5 weeks. And necessarily, I've just been kind of in a state of just doing things that aren't good for me, doom scrolling, being lazy, just not really doing anything. And even after I have found what I needed to do and found what my purpose was and what I needed to achieve, I was on such a good roll. For 2 weeks I was working, for 2 weeks I was journaling, really just figuring out myself. And in the meantime, I think I burnt out, and then I just didn't want to do anything. Like, I didn't necessarily give up, but like, I stopped thinking about it for quite a while, and I allowed myself to get in this how do I say this? I allowed myself to get in this trance state of where I was kind of lost. I was just lost in my own mind, lost in my own head, thinking about every little thing, just doom scrolling, trying to escape my own guilt from what I'm doing to myself. And I would say what helped me get out of that trance was to really spend some time alone. Like, I sat alone for a bit, and I allowed myself to just breathe for a minute. I allowed myself to breathe. And even whenever I got those thoughts of, you know what should we do? Should we go on TikTok? Should we go scroll? Not TikTok. Should we go on Instagram Reels? Should we doom scroll? I didn't do that. I would sit there, observe the thought, and detach myself from it. And that is another thing, detachment from everything, detachment from yourself, detachment from your own thoughts. Because when you are able to detach yourself from your thoughts and temptations of what you know you should be growing with, it is able to really drastically change your subconscious mind to prohibitively think better, but in a way of, it'll stop you from thinking negative. It won't necessarily stop it completely, but it'll destroy that old subconscious way of thinking. Before I went to that state of trance, like that lost state, I was really thinking about I needed to become someone new. I was sitting there, I was like, I really need to be someone else, someone more better. And even though I felt like I achieved everything at that time, I didn't. I got lost again, not in a state of loss, but in a period of growth, changing the way I was, changing the way I thought, changing my mind. And it was just a period of purging those old those old emotions. And I would say it destroyed my old self. And who I am right now, I would be a new person, a new soul with a new perspective. From what I've learned, detachment is key. Though I already understood that, it was just, we need to implement it every single day. sometimes we think our thoughts are us, or we think that it gives us a, like, how do I say this? It gives us a heads up on what will come next or what we should be looking out for. And sometimes we think it's useful, but if you keep allowing your thoughts into your head, you will be constantly thinking about what happens next, what every decision is, how everything will play out. And that is not a good way to live, trust me. I live a lot like that. A lot of anxiety, social anxiety, just in my head 24/7 about what I would say, how I look. Not really necessarily how I look, but just how other people perceive me, because I wouldn't say, like, I guess I would say I care because I want them to see the right version of me. But whatever version that they see of me, it is just all past versions. And that goes with you. Any versions of yourself that you have outgrown, those same old people will see you like that. But you were able to destroy that old self. You are thinking better. You are doing every little thing better. And I want you to remind yourself of that. When you sit here, just remember that you did it. You released parts of yourself that you probably wouldn't have never thought that you could. You are able to go into rooms. You are able to sit down in places where you would be freaking out, where you would be like nervous, anxious. But since you did that self-growth with yourself and that purging of destroying yourself, but allowing the new, it came at a best price. And that is self-confidence in the highest form. Self-acceptance in the highest form. You learned how to love yourself through all the hard times, through all the hardships. Even when you didn't think you had no one, you always had yourself. Yourself was your only friend. Yourself kept you strong. Oh man, this dog's, but but the point is, you must destroy to create. Destroy to create the best version of yourself. Destroy who you are now to be renewed as a better version of yourself where you can accept yourself. But remember, every period of trials, every period of tribulations you go through, it is not happening to you. It is happening for you. Even if you feel like you are behind, you go through growth, but when it is the time for you to rise, you will rise higher than before. And that is it. Remember, you are the creator of your own reality, in a sense of everyone else is living in their own reality. So make sure the reality that you are living in is the one that you want to be in. And just have an amazing, blessed rest of your guys' day. Thank you for your time, and thank you for being here. As above, so below. As within, so without. It is so and so it is. Amen. Bye-bye.